Hello everyone, so as you probably have heard, Tesla just closed its worst day in the company's history yesterday, down as much as 25% in a single day. This is mostly because of the failure to be included in the S&P 500 index, as was being expected by many of its investors. So now the main questions remain: why was Tesla passed by, and can Tesla retrace to its all-time highs it reached just last week? Or was it entirely dependent on the hope of being included in a passive fund? So stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to The Contrarian. My name's Logan. I really like to talk about overall success in investing as well as going against crowd thinking mentality. So if you like these kinds of topics, just consider subscribing. Also, I'll disclose here that I don't have a position in Tesla. I'm not shorting it. I'm not long either, but I actually was investing in Tesla a couple of years ago, but I recently sold out. I think it's pretty overvalued right now. But let's put that aside. So first of all, Tesla did qualify for Standard & Poor's Index Fund because they did have 4 consecutive positive quarterly earning reports. And they are a company based in the United States, so they did qualify to be in the index fund. We really don't know why Tesla was not included in the S&P 500. There are no reasons given, nor do they have to, I think. But there are some very likely reasons that weren't expressed. The first of them being earnings quality and just how Tesla achieved these 4 consecutive positive earnings. And a lot of these earnings were based on them selling EV credits to other auto manufacturers. So basically, a conventional auto manufacturer isn't meeting the current regulatory requirements, and Tesla can sell them some of their credits because they are an EV manufacturer. Now, this is a very risky thing to depend on your earnings for. What happens if regulations loosen or these manufacturers develop their own EVs? This kind of credit sale is completely not dependable. It could go away at any point in time. So that's the first reason, is just that there's no guarantee that Tesla can continue to be profitable based off of these 4 past earnings that were heavily dependent on selling EV credits. Another thing that the committee was probably looking at is just the insane volatility of this stock. In less than a year, so let's start back in 2020, beginning of 2020, it goes from 400 to 950, then 950 to 350 in 6 weeks, so that's a 63% drop. And then 350 to 2,500 in under 6 months. So this kind of volatility is insane. You would think that this chart matched some small company, in the millions of dollars market cap, not one of the largest companies in the United States that was valued more than Walmart at its peak. So I think it's pretty much guaranteed that the committee just looked at each other and said, we can't make ourselves look like a bunch of idiots. This stock is just way too volatile. So I think volatility, just the current volatility that Tesla has had, could be another major reason that they decided to pass it by. Now, the thinking of the committee was essentially proven correct. After this news of it not being included, Tesla has fallen 30+%. And it just stopped today. I don't know if it'll, begin rallying again. So there was definitely optimism that Tesla would be included. I don't know if I've ever seen a stock with such front-running optimism about it being included in an index. There were countless blogs, YouTube channels, YouTube videos all about this same thing and how this would send the price of Tesla stock skyrocketing. It's just insane, the amount of hype that was behind this simple decision. Maybe back, in 2012 or whenever Facebook was put into the S&P 500, maybe there was somewhere close to this level of hype around it, but still, I cannot think of the last time when a company was given such hype about being included in an index. It was just insane around Tesla. And now that the market was incorrect, it's clear that traders and speculators were, betting on this happening, and now they're just running away from it. They're not investing and holding to their convictions. They're dropping this stock and running. Obviously, the S&P 500 committee was worried about this immense volatility affecting their index fund for the downside, and it appears they were proven correct. So I'll just let you know my thoughts on Tesla. I think that they are being priced in for massive growth that we have yet to see. I think that in order to invest in Tesla, you would need to see the best possible outcome from COVID happening, meaning that we fully reopen and resume and that no other economic hardships happen. Because of this, if you've seen some of my previous videos on Tesla, I'm just very cautious either way. If you're convinced it's the next Apple or Amazon, then just at least be aware that there could be major macroeconomic factors going against them in this, coming few years. If, for example, a wave of bankruptcies and layoffs begins crashing the markets again, Tesla could go down much, much more than it did last March during that first crash. So just be very careful, that's all I'm saying. Also be careful if you're thinking of shorting. Many short sellers in the last years have been squeezed for thinking that Tesla was a great short back at $300 a share before it split, only to see it go up to $2,500 now before the split. So in general, just be very careful either way. It's ruined a lot of short sellers. Just recently it's probably ruined a lot of traders. So just be very careful either way. I'm not planning on doing either of going short or going long. Now, could Tesla ever regain the highs it just saw last week? I'd give this a maybe, even though I don't think it would be a justified valuation. It's possible that more speculators and traders jump on board again with potentially the battery investor day coming up, or another earnings beat or something else unrelated to the S&P 500, but this did affect Tesla immensely, and it was being heavily priced into their share price before this was disclosed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I like to hear from you. Is Tesla going to stage another parabolic move? Is it going to break through the past resistance it had around 2,500? Has the bubble finally popped? Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I hope to see you again.